Today we're going to take you inside a brand new indoor beer garden in Stafford County. So let's go on in and take a look. Before we get started with this week's edition, I would like to recognize our sponsor, Shore United Bank. Shore United is there to help guide your financial journey. Wherever you wish to be, Shore will be by your side every step of the way. Visit their downtown branch on William Street or at Harrison Crossing. And now, on to this week's episode. Today I'm at 45 Centreport Parkway. This is a brand new, roughly 47,000 square foot building that was recently constructed by CIP Finishes, which has their headquarters right next to this. And we are sitting in Laudenbach Brewing, which is the very first business to open here at 45 Centreport Parkway. I'm with Zach Guy, who is the owner of Laudenbach Brewing. And so, Zach, welcome and congratulations on opening up your business recently.
Yeah, appreciate it. It's been a bit of a ride, but a fun one for sure.
Why don't we start with what does the name Laudenbach mean?
Yeah, it's a family name. Goes back to my mom's side of the family. It's just a pretty sizable one. They live out in Minnesota, and it was always a treat going to visit them because we lived here and they lived there. So you saw them, once, maybe twice a year if you were lucky, and it's kind of special. And they're just a fun group of folks. And I just always remember, sitting in the garage and they'd be drinking a beer, watching football or something, and just that kind of memory. So when I was going to go open up, I thought just a great group of folks, obviously family, kind of wanted to honor them. And as soon as I think beer, I think of them, and it came to mind. And so, yeah, that's where the name came from.
Okay, tell us a little bit about the atmosphere that you're trying to create, like what this atmosphere here evokes here at Laudenbach.
Sure. Yeah, given the name Laudenbach, German, of course, and what we want to do is kind of give you a little bit more than just an industrial space brewery. So we thought with just a little bit of elbow grease, some paint, and some trim, we could make it look like a beer garden. So we've got just a little bit of a facade of a Bavarian village. Of course, we've got the house with the big peak on there, and that kind of gives you the idea that you're kind of surrounded and in a courtyard, somewhere in Bavaria. And then with these long tables with benches, we wanted to really kind of solidify that beer garden feel. So that was the goal.
What kinds of stuff do you plan to do here as far as events? And
when it comes to events, we absolutely want to do music. I'm a musician in the local area music scene for quite some time. So just got some pretty sizable ceilings. So we're going to stick to acoustic rock, we think, acoustic folk, etc. Maybe do some open mic nights. We really want to get into probably doing some music bingo events and trivia nights, of course. People are absolutely looking for that at a brewery. And then I really like to get together, and I know it sounds a little odd, but cribbage is a fantastically fun game if anyone's ever played cribbage. It's big on the Laudenbach side of the family. Whenever you go back there, you play cribbage. That's part of the family kind of goal. And we have a bunch of cribbage boards over there, and I kind of want to gauge everyone's interest. And if they find they like it, maybe we put together a cribbage night or something and bring a new game to the area.
Cool. And how can people find out more about Laudenbach? Like, tell people your website and social media and stuff.
Yeah, we're laudenbachbrewing.com, and then we're on Facebook. So if you search Laudenbach Brewing in Facebook, we'll be the only one that pops up. As new beers come on, as beers come off, as events show up or change, that's going to be updated extremely regularly, so it's up to the date.
Hours of operation, that kind of thing.
Sure. Yeah, Thursday through Sunday for now. When it comes to being open, we will add in Wednesdays sometime next year. Kind of keep Mondays and Tuesdays off just to handle brewing and keeping the space open for me to do that.
Great. And you said you started as a home brewer. Just tell people briefly kind of your philosophy on beer and the kinds of beers that you'll have here.
Sure. There's a lot of beer out there, and I'd like to be able to introduce folks to as much of it as possible. I want to have as much of a rotation in there to just get you exposed to a new style you may not have thought about, and it maybe becomes your favorite. Of course, there'll be some standards up there. As folks start buying beer, I start knowing what's selling and what's preferred. I'll keep that pretty regularly, or something of that regularly. My kind of philosophy on beer is true to style is always kind of good to start from and then express from there. So if you're making a specific style of beer, it should essentially taste like that style of beer. In addition, we're going to allow you to have to-go beer. We'll do 64-ounce growlers. We have some here for purchase. You can bring your own.
And I also understand that you're the latest entrant to the Fredericksburg Area Beer Trail. Is that right?
Yeah, we're working on getting on there so we can be a part of that nice attraction.
Great. And you're the first to open here in this building, but there's more to come. So I wanted to give a little plug to some of the other ones. You got Gracie Barra Martial Arts, Workhouse Plumbing and Gas, Champions FC Inc., House of Cheer, and Honor Bound Fit. And we were talking earlier. It sounds like all of y'all businesses are kind of working together a little bit to try to ensure each other's success. So that's great to see.
And the other businesses, it's been very supportive.
Great. You're hard to miss. It's a stone's throw from Interstate 95 and right off of Centreport Parkway here in Stafford. Very fast-growing corridor. So, Zach, we wish you all the best of luck with Laudenbach and encourage people to come check it out. Again, 45 Centreport Parkway in Stafford County. So, Zach, thanks for joining us today.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so that's going to do it for this week's edition. Appreciate you watching. Be sure to like and subscribe our YouTube page and subscribe to our newsletter. It'll come out every Wednesday afternoon. Fredericksburgfreepress.com. Before we sign off for the week, I would like to again recognize our sponsor, Shore United Bank. We'll see you next week.